First off, your big challenge to Revanth Reddy, what is it?
Well, the Chief Minister seems to think that he's become invincible all of a sudden, and just because he's won an assembly election and he's been anointed as Chief Minister, he seems to think that he's infallible and he's here forever. So when he's made some derogatory comments day before yesterday in Chevilla, asking the BRS to win at least one parliament seat, I had to respond, and all I'm saying is, if the Chief Minister is so confident, then he was sitting MP, in fact, in Malkajgiri. So let him come and contest from Malkajgiri. I will contest from my party. Let the matter be settled, because he seems to think that he can win everything and he can possibly bring Congress to power in New Delhi as well. So why not test the waters is what I'm asking.
So you're challenging him that he resigned from his CM chair, from his existing MLA constituency.
I'll also resign for my MLA seat, because when you're challenging somebody or when you're getting into a battle, you cannot play it safe. I mean, of course, he has every right to contest as a sitting Chief Minister. But I'm saying, if he's so gutsy and if he's so bold, and if he thinks that Congress is, truly such a humongous power here, then let him resign. Let him come forward and contest in his own backyard, in his own parliament seat, and I'll come from my party and I'll also contest against him. Let the matter be settled.
So a big political row has broken out over Kaleshwaram. You're calling it Kamdhenu. They're calling it white elephant, with neck deep in debt and corruption charges being leveled against you left, right and center. Now, the report that was given and presented by the state government here said that completion certificates were given without the project being completed, subcontractors, poor quality material, essentially a reiteration what the NDSA had lined out.
No, there's nothing political about this. In fact, the fact is, in our country, there have been numerous instances where irrigation projects or other large infrastructure projects which have been executed have undergone some problems because of some minor issues in the execution part of it. Any government which is in the hot seat essentially takes an executive decision and basically goes by the popular demand of the people and ensures that we work in the larger interest of our farmers, larger interest of our people. That's exactly what we had done. We wanted to harness the true potential of River Godavari, and we wanted to build a large project, but unfortunately because of Telangana's topography, we have no choice but to lift water. Because if you look at Telangana's topography, it's almost like this. On the one side we have Godavari, on the other side we have River Krishna, and the upland farmlands are essentially much above the river level. So we have no substitute, unfortunately, but to lift water. And that's exactly how we launched this project called as Kaleshwaram. Now, Kaleshwaram is not just one barrage. Kaleshwaram is 3 barrages, 15 reservoirs, 21 pumping stations. It's the world's largest lift irrigation project. If there is a problem in a specific barrage, out of the 85 piers in a single barrage, out of 1.6 kilometer long barrage, if there is a problem in 50 meters or in 3 pillars, let them do the rectification. But this government seems to have evil designs. This state government seems hell-bent on not repairing or not making any changes there to whatever structural problems there are. Instead, they want the flood to wash away the entire barrage. This is what their intention seems to be. And thereafter, of course, attributing the entire blame to the previous government. Now, all I'm requesting the government is, kindly think of the farmers. You can settle your political scores later. Political vendettas and witch hunting can wait. Please take the opinion of the experts. Please ensure that repairs that can be made to happen are taken up immediately at the earliest, because this government has now been in office for almost 80 days. Now, it's truly unfortunate that they could not find the time or the opportunity to actually call in experts and see what rectification has to be done. All I'm saying is, political scores can wait. You can go on a political witch hunt. You can continue to release white papers. You can continue to release vigilance reports and continue to blame the previous government. That's all fine by us. That matter will be decided by the court of law. But what is more important is, before the onset of monsoon in June, unless in the next 4 months you make rectification, you make the changes that are needed in the structure, you will not be able to tap water, and you'll see a lot of farmers without water. You will see towns and villages without drinking water. So therefore, my humble appeal to the government is, political scores can be settled later. please go ahead and take the expert opinion and get the rectification done.
Sir, I just want to draw your attention to specific questions. 2019 was when the project was completed. From a layman's perspective, why are these cracks coming up now? That's a technical question.
Sure.
The other aspect is, at the Medigadda, when the vigilance team presented its details, it said that completion certificates were given even before the projects were completed. Bank guarantees were given without completion. Subcontractors may have indulged in corruption. That's under the purview of investigation at this point in time. But overall, the cost of the project itself is surpassing 1 lakh crore. CAG has red flagged it. NDSA has red flagged it. You are calling NDSA as politically witch-hunted or politically motivated. But how can you answer specifically what explains these loopholes?
What loopholes? See, first thing is, the project was completed in 2019. It withstood all kinds of, seasonal, excesses and, seasonal floods. And in fact, the last year, in 2022, River Godavari had received its highest flood. But the barrages, the entire project had withstood all of these floods. Lack of maintenance or lack of some engineering, probably oversight, could have caused the damage. I am not an engineer to tell you exactly what happened. But if there is a reason, if the fact-finding committee or if there's a technical committee which can exactly tell us what happened, what went wrong, let them take corrective measures. If somebody has to be faulted, if the blame has to be pinned on somebody, let them point out to who should be taking the blame. There is no problem about that. See, we are not in dispute with the current government on that there is a problem, on the fact that there is a problem in the barrage. Yes, there is. Now, how did it happen? Was there some sabotage? Was there some oversight? Was there some failure of in execution, like you said, subcontractors or whatever?
Maintenance records were not checked.
Like I'm saying, there could be a problem. You can certainly call for an inquiry, a judicial inquiry if needed. We had demanded in the assembly that an inquiry be called for, and whoever you want to pin the blame on, could be us, it could be the engineers, you can do that. We have no problem with that. Now, when it comes to the CAG reports, the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, unfortunately, if you go back and look into history, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh had called their method of, back in the day when he was the Prime Minister, called their method of calculating as flawed. And the then Chief Minister in Andhra Pradesh, the Congress Chief Minister Kiran Kumar Reddy, had called the Comptroller and Auditor General's report. He said it's not a holy scripture, it's not Bible, it's not Quran, it's not Bhagavad Gita. In the 2G spectrum, we all know that Vinod Rai ji eventually had to apologize for inflating, for coming out with numbers which were not accurate. So, if you would like to believe that Comptroller and Auditor General of India, or not you, but I think if Congress party now would like to believe that CAG report is gospel, it's their problem. What we are saying is cost-benefit ratios and other things that the CAG report pointed out to, large public infrastructure projects such as Kaleshwaram, where there is no substitute, unfortunately, for Telangana, we have no choice but to lift water up to the uplands. So if there are problems, we get happy to answer. If there are issues that are being pointed out, we're happy to answer. Fact is, we are open for any kind of inquiry, any kind of investigation. That is not in dispute. All we are demanding is, please don't hold political grudge against us and use that to destroy the entire project. It is a matter of great pride for the country. This is the world's largest lift irrigation project. Please ensure that minor repairs are done and start pumping water to the city of Hyderabad and also to the farmers in the Godavari belt.
Okay. Lok Sabha elections round the corner. BRS and BJP alliance talks are gaining steam. What is the truth behind it?
Well, there's no truth to it. We have said this in the past, we're saying it again, there's no truth to this whatsoever. But in fact, if you follow the local politics here, you would see that yesterday in a municipality, both Congress and BJP have come together. Congress has now gotten the chairman post and BJP is now the vice chairman. So they seem to be very comfortable with each other in Telangana. Not just in one municipality, but 3 municipalities where they actually came together and are splitting, the tenure, etc., etc. So there's no such, truth, whatsoever.
So no question of alliance?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Final question. Among the many things that you're analyzing about elections and your loss in the state assembly elections, Is there a thinking that perhaps you should now change the name of the party from BRS to perhaps TRS?
You know, every defeat has, every setback has its own lessons to offer. We have received number of suggestions. This is one among them. We have not deliberated over it, unfortunately, in the party's highest body. But in days to come, after Parliament elections, maybe we'll look at multiple things that need to be done. So we are now preparing ourselves, bracing ourselves for the next Parliament elections, and everything else can wait till after that.
Will you be contesting as an MP if Revanth Reddy doesn't accept your challenge?
If I am hoping he does.
If he doesn't?
Well, if he doesn't, I think we have to reevaluate after, why he would refuse to contest or why he would refuse to go back.
And your national ambitions right now, where do things stand?
I think we are going to confine ourselves to Telangana for the moment, and hopefully, who knows, kal kisne dekha hai.